Y'all, so this is a moped engine from like the 40s or 50s, and it spent most of its life in the dirt. It was buried. Me and my buddy were trying to find his phone. He lost it in a field, and it was literally buried in the dirt. So I'm gonna do my best to get this thing running. I have no idea what it looks like. I've only cleaned it up, you know, the dirt out of all the fins and stuff. But flywheel's like halfway off. Nothing's right on this thing. We took it up, it was just leaking fluid everywhere. The choke, well, it barely works. I don't know if you can see that or not. And I also cleaned off this sign and the side of the engine, and you can actually read it. It came out really well. So all that says is that's off it says the model number, and then it's off of a scooter. So it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing apart, try to get it running. I'm not gonna like perfect anything like the cylinder wall or anything. I'm just gonna try to get it running. I'm not a perfectionist, not gonna do it perfect, but I'm just trying to get this thing to run. So I took the head off, and it's bad, but it's not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. I think there's still a chance I can get this thing running. I'm gonna go ahead and dump some Marvel mystery oil in there and see if that can free up the piston. Okay, well that's freeing up. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off the head and then put it in some super clean degreaser to just clean it up a little bit. So I got the head covered up in some super clean. I added some water just so it would get over the top because I was running a little low on super clean. But that should be clean by morning, and then hopefully the engine will be good by morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and just let this sit overnight and come back in the morning. So it's been a while. Super clean's still soaking, and all the Marvel mystery oil is all gone. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this thing on the side and take the crankcase cover off. Y'all, so I let it sit, came back, and I freed it up, so now we got some movement going. Next thing I'm gonna do is probably take out the flywheel and the carb, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. Y'all, so I've got it stripped down a fair amount, and I'm just gonna go ahead and spray super clean all over this thing. This stuff works really well as a degreaser, and I'm gonna spray it all up in the ports, all in everything, even the head. I'm not really worried about any rust or what it's gonna do to anything. And I'm just not gonna spray this directly, electronics, stuff like that, but I'm not really worried about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just spray it down on the garage floor real quick and just let it sit and get this thing a little cleaner than it is, because it's got dirt falling all over me. Y'all, so I went ahead and put on the crankcase on this thing and I washed it off, and man, this thing's looking nice. And the first thing you notice, obviously, is that has a massive weld on the crankcase cover and just the whole case, like in general. It goes all the way around to the front. So I think it's probably gonna have an oil leak, and that's probably why they took it off the moped. But the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the flywheel back on and see if I can get any spark going. Also, I've run into another issue. I don't know if you can see or not, but the keyway absolutely bent. Not straight at all. And that's why the flywheel cracked. So they must have been, I don't know how that even happens. I don't know how you destroy it. They must have had a really small key on there and it just cracked the flywheel and just bent it. So I gotta get a key that's pretty long, and I gotta tighten that bolt down really well just to get this thing to run for who knows how much time. So I'm gonna go ahead and find a keyway and put this flywheel on. I just put some fuel in through the fuel hose with the syringe, and I just did it till it was full. It leaked out the end, so the carb bowl is full. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to turn this thing over with a drill. Let's see how it works. And I set it up on this block because the oil drain plug on the bottom just sets it uneven, so it's just set up on the block. Y'all, so this thing's from the 40s, and it's probably been in the dirt most of its life, so I'm willing to bet it's been 40-50 years since this thing has run. So let's see if we can get this thing started. here we go. It was so close. Alright, this is it. Here we go. Alright, choke is open. Here we go. So close. Okay, so I cleaned out the carb one more time, filled it back up with gas, got my syringe, and I'm gonna try to start it again. Hopefully it'll start this time. Oh, so close. Y'all, I cannot believe this thing was running the way it was running, and it looked really nice doing it. Super clean, really cleaned this thing up. It almost looks brand new with a few rust spots here and there. But other than that, I think this weld, God, it's still hot. I think this weld, this gold weld down both sides is like really cool. I don't know why it's there. I don't know how it cracked, but obviously I think they got in a wreck because flywheel's cracked, shaft key is broken, like there's a massive crack like down the side right there. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.